Maynard, bring up the holy hand grenade. 1, 2, 5.
Please, sir.
3.
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
It's Wimp Day. It's Hump Day.
Hump Day.
I tried to say Hump Day and Wednesday at the same time.
It didn't work out.
It didn't work very well. I don't know why. But, oh well. It is what it is. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Hi, happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday to you. God, this irritates me. Facebook is a douche. Just so we're clear.
Why?
Because I can't do the whole sharing thing. It irritates me so. Like badly. It irritates me that I went from trying to be able to share things and do things to, now I can't share nothing out there. And so it's kind of on everybody else at this point.
Yeah, please, go share.
If you can find a way to share it, go for it.
Well, speaking of which, there happens to be, a giveaway going on.
Is there? I've heard there might be something like that going on.
Yeah, so there's a raffle that we're doing. We're doing a raffle.
Oh, that's right. There is one, and we forgot to mention it yesterday.
We did, but we have raffles.
We do have do we want to do that now since we didn't do it yesterday?
We didn't do it yesterday, and you're complaining about Facebook, so yes.
Okay, well then let's do that. You do that. I just realized I don't have something set up while you sell this thing to everyone.
Okay, fine. Perfect. Great idea. So, guys, if you go to our website, doaeshow.com.
That is doaeshow.com.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Go to our website. In the bottom right-hand corner, you will find a picture that is two sides of the same cup. It's a 30-ounce tumbler that we are giving away. One-time, custom-made, black on hardwood.
Like this. If you're watching on any of the videos, I'm holding it in my hands as we speak.
The cup that he holds in his hand.
It's very shiny, very pretty.
It's very pretty. It has Defenders Live with Dylan and Steven on the back, and it has our logo on the front, or vice versa. It really doesn't matter how you want to hold it. It is up to you. Please, you can go to our website. If you see that thing, go click on that picture, because that picture will send you to a link that sends you to a raffle. The raffle consists of these things. You can like us on the Facebooks.
You can?
You can comment and like us and do all the rest on the Twitters.
On the Twitters, you say?
On the Twitters. You can go to places like Spreaker. And what is it? SoundCloud. No, not SoundCloud. Sorry. And iHeartRadio. And iTunes. And Google Play. And things like that. You can go to those places.
All the cool stuff.
All the cool kids go. And you can like our show. Every like, every response, every interaction gets you one ticket to the raffle.
Uh-huh. And this can be done every day, correct?
Well, so you can do those things. And if you'd like to, every day, if you want to add additional tickets to it, there's a donate button. There is a donate button.
Because a lot of people, let's be honest, thanks to the whole Wu-Tang clap.
Thank you.
A lot of people are actually very financially strapped. It can be kind of difficult to, strapped. It's difficult sometimes to pull fundage together. You don't always have an extra couple pennies to rub together. So it's one of those things that you just kind of go, I really can't afford to be spending money, yada, yada, yada. Right. One, the donation is cheap enough that
it's $1.
Anybody can do it. It's $1.
Yeah.
So you can do $1 as many times as you want to.
Or you can do $5 as
Yeah.
many times as you want to.
Yeah, however it works out for you. And it was one of those things where we wanted to try and broaden the audience. Basically, we wanted to be able to reach out to more people because, again, there are certain people who have the extra cash and some people who have to work very hard to save money to put the stuff together. And it's just one of those. We wanted to be able to kind of reach everybody all at one time. So we come up with this idea. You could do the likes, the shares, the comments, all of that jazz, reviews, all that good stuff. Going through doaeshow.com, hitting that button and the link and following those directions. Those all count. Every single one of those counts as an entry, at which point the end of the month, which I can't remember the date off the top of my head, but the last show of August happens to be a Tuesday. I know that much. And Carrie will be on with us, and as she usually is, and she will randomly draw a name out of said pile of people. Yes. Or I guess in her case, it's the out of the shark.
Belly of the shark.
The belly of the shark. We will find a name, and we'll be the proud winner. And I was thinking about this. I wonder if I know it has our names on it, but just as a nice thought, I wonder if we shouldn't sign it too, just for giggle's sake.
Well, if we did, we could do like the sign it on the bottom and maybe get it gloss coated.
Or am I being yelled what? Or maybe that could be the next one she says. I'm being told that maybe we should save the autograph for the next one. And then she could turn around and make it officially into an epoxy, so that way it doesn't accidentally wipe off or wash off or nothing. Like it is in and part of the cup forevermore.
Very good.
Thank you, intern.
I think that'd be a good idea. Great job, intern.
Yes, it is. Yeah, this as I'm being told, the intern is nicely reminding me. This particular cup, again, on that we're giving away, is a one of a kind. You will not be able to get this. I guess theoretically, if you found somebody to steal our logo and our design and redo it, you could do that, but then you're just a douche. But it is one of a kind. There will not be another one like this made, ever.
Nope.
So this is a one of a kind mug. It was actually the creator's complete idea from inception. So yes,
it's good stuff. And everything tastes better inside of that cup.
Yes, it does. Because I happen to have mine that I love so.
Mm-hmm.
Even typical water out of this
just tastes better, right?
It
just tastes better.
It's like literally a God dipped his finger and is letting me lick off the water droplets. It's that good.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of buying your drinks, Cuomo.
Ah, yes.
Cuomo is begging for people to come back to New York City.
Well, hold on. Why would he be begging them to come back? I mean, the people are leaving New York? What? Why would that be?
Well, I mean, it's New York, but New York Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo, Warren Wilhelm the 73rd, says he's on the horn every day pleading with rich New York City residents.
Whoa.
What?
This is 2020, and you can be however you want to be and live how you want to live. But I don't need to hear about somebody and their activities in the bedroom.
It says right here that Cuomo says he's on the horn every day.
Okay, that's too much.
He's there doing it.
We're crossing lines, Mr. Governor.
Look,
Mr. Governor, you were crossing some lines.
Cuomo is pleading the rich on his horn every day.
God, can you imagine how worn out that horn is? I'm just saying, that is one worn out horn.
He's pleading with the rich New York City residents who fled the Big Apple over the COVID-19 scare. Mm-hmm. He wants them to return.
Yeah, people in hell want ice water.
Yeah. As the city faces massive revenue shortages and leaders are seeking more taxes from the rich to fill the void.
That's why he's on the horn, because he doesn't want to be the only one filling the void.
I think he'll get very tired.
And sore. So it's fantastic that he actually has the chutzpah to come out and admit that, yes.
I need you back here so I can pay for the taxes.
Yeah, I need you to come back here to pay for the exuberant amount of money that I am paying people. We want you to use your wealth to pay these lower-end people that I have made promises to, because I sure as hell can't keep up with it on my own. And I hear his excuses are fantastic. Or not his excuses, his, I don't know, you want to call it bait, his ploy, his the tactics, the things he's offering in exchange is amazing. I would assume that he's going to do, there's going to be some kind of cuts. There's got to be some kind of a perk, right, for them to come back, especially with taxes being, what is he offering? He's got to be something like that, lower taxes, no taxes for a couple of years or for a year or two, something, right? Something? Anything? Well, I'm reading this, and what about anything? You're stalling, and I don't like this. Are you stalling? Why are you stalling? Did you lose the article?
No, I've got the article right here. It's just
so it's not as good as taxes.
No.
Okay, so what about maybe like a parking space, like free parking to people in town somewhere at certain places?
I mean, I don't see that. I don't.
He didn't mention that at all? No free metro passes for the subway or nothing for the bus?
They're rich. They're not going to use the bus or metro passes.
It's still money. So what is he offering then to get them to come back?
More time on the horn?
Gross.
He literally, it's just, I literally talk to people all day long who are now in their Hampton house, who also lives here, or in their Hampton Valley house, in their Connecticut weekend house. And I say, you gotta come back. We'll go to dinner. I'll buy you drinks. Come on, I'll cook.
Wait, so you're telling me in order for his pitch to bring his pitch to bring these wealth while he's on the horn, to bring these rich, wealthy elites. Look,
he's multitasking.
Clearly,
not only is he on the horn, but he's pitching.
That sounds like a full room. It's a lot of staff. Anyway, so his way of getting them to come back is not lowering taxes, which is one of the reasons why they left in the first place. But it's his hook to get them back is he will buy them a drink. How expensive is drinks in New York? I've been there. They're a little pricey.
Very expensive.
They're not that expensive. He'll cook.
Yeah.
He'll cook.
I will cook. I will get you drunk.
Is it bad?
I will take you out to dinner.
Is it bad?
He is begging for a bad second date.
I know. That's what I was just getting ready to say. Is it bad to me, though, that I really wish that there is some elitist person who lives in New York City, goes, okay, takes him up on all the offer, and then as soon as he goes back, he goes, I expect you to be at my house and cooking and film the entire thing.
Right.
I want that. I want to have him. So
you're going to come over and you're going to cook.
You're going to cook. You're going to take me out to dinner. You're going to buy me a drink. This is what's going to happen. And maybe in the morning we'll see about you making breakfast. We'll
see about how this feels, how everything feels when the morning comes around.
Yeah, because you never know. I mean, it might not be, if I don't wake up and chew my arm off, then we'll be fine. That's what I would do. I would make up if I was at least, and I it would be very hard, obviously, to go back to that. But if you did, I would make up some kind of crazy ass stipulations like this and add these to it, and then turn around and make Cuomo do every single one of them and film it, put it on YouTube, get the news crews in, everything, just because.
Oh, no, not just that. Not just that. Because you'd have to play it right, and you'd have to do it to the T. Like, this would have to be, because he's playing like the sad, sad, depressed. We had this great date, but you don't really like me, so please let me take you out again and prove you wrong.
Give me one more chance.
Yeah, that. It's something went wrong on the first date. Give me another chance, and I'll make it up to you.
I wasn't ready. I was nervous. I was nervous.
I was nervous. It happened too fast. Everything was going. No, I just couldn't, and I had too much to drink. It was bad. It was no good. This has to actually go down that line for me. Like if I was that person, I would push the line completely.
Oh, I know. That would be fantastic. Quote, they're not coming back right now, the Democrat continued. And you know what else they're thinking? If I stay here, I'll pay lower income taxes because they don't pay the New York surcharge, end quote. That was Cuomo admitting that people are leaving, that he is charging people way too much, and that people are going to leave and take their money. And regardless of how you want to spin this, that's just human nature. People get tired of being screwed over long enough, and eventually they just go, and you're not going to turn around and expect these people to just come waltzing back in there and go, oh, let's see. I don't even know what Connecticut's like. I know it's not much better politically and is heading down the path of New York, but it's still much better than New York. You know what I mean?
It's like so Connecticut is, from my understanding, it's like New York's uptown cousin.
Yes, yes. It's the classier side. It still has some of that country feel, as it were, without, being full blown. It's still It's bougie, is what it is.
It's bougie, but it's not communism.
Exactly. Well, it's heading there. It's socialism for sure.
Right.
But yeah, but that's like if you move to someplace with no state tax, like Texas or Florida or someplace like that, and then you're not willingly that's not going to be your sales pitch to move anywhere else. You're not going to turn around and go, well, I'm going to move to New York City, but, because I'm in the mood to pay more taxes. People want to save money. And once they start realizing that they have more in their check, they have more left over at the end of the year, they're not going to volunteer that away. You can try guilting them as much as you want to, but after a while, they're just going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you. Yeah, I know. That's it. It's true. And the funny part is that he recognizes that it is the taxes. He recognizes at least one of the bigger problems, if not the biggest. And he still doesn't have the nerve to come back and go, well, maybe I should incentivize it. Maybe I should change it. Even offering it to, okay, you guys don't pay taxes for a little bit. I'm still going to leave it the way it is.
Maybe I should just not be charging taxes that high.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's way too extreme for him, and you know that. So maybe his thing would be, well, come back and you won't pay taxes for a year, or there'll be half taxes for 5 years, or whatever. That way he could still keep his budget insane like he does, and then, give them incentive to come back. He's not even doing that. His best, the best he has to offer is, I will buy you dinner, I will buy you a drink, I will come over and cook. As you wonderfully put it, he is pitching hard for a second date.
Ding.
I know. And just like anybody else who's had that bad first date, all these elitists are turning around and seeing his text messages, and they're leaving him on red.
Turn around.
Turn your ass back around. Oh.
So, Peekaboo the Snarking Jackal over on the Twitters.
Aha.
Dear sir, I strongly object to the horn-centric direction this show is started with. It is very insensitive to the horn deficient among us. Why not discuss something wholesome, like bacon? Yours sincerely, Pika Pika Pika.
If I actually cared, then I would feel bad about the horn deficient. That's the joy. See, that is the joy of America, is there are people who are horn deficient. There are. And that is just the way that life is played. You can turn around and eventually, the joy of America is you have the ability the opportunity to obtain a horn of your own and be less horn deficient.
or you could just be horny all the time.
I feel like that just thinking back though, I think that tweet would have been better read as like I know it's worded as a very English proper, but I hear a Valley Girl.
Do you really?
I do. And I know it's
Sirs.
Dear sirs, I strongly object to the horn-centric direction that this show is started with. It is very insensitive to the horn deficient among us.
It's Valley Karen.
Why not discuss something wholesome, like bacon? Yours truly, pika. That's how I heard it. And I mean, credit, yours was good too, but for some stupid reason,
That's how you got there, yeah.
Pika. Okay. That's how it goes. Oh. You know what else we should be talking about? You know what I bet you would get these elitists to come down? What Cuomo really should be pushing for is not buying dinner. It's not coming over and cooking. It's not a drink. It's not even, hey, please take me on a second date. I'll do better. I won't say I love you out the gate.
I got it.
What?
I got it.
What?
I got it.
What would that be? What you got?
I will buy you a year's supply of American Pride roasters.
I would heavily consider moving to New York City myself. And I love to visit, but I would never live there. I would consider moving to live there if Cuomo offered me a year's supply of American Pride Roasters coffee. I would
at least live there for a year.
I would. And after that year is up, as soon as that last cup is gone, I'm Audi 5000.
Right.
Be
and
gone.
I understand that.
I'd be gone like a fat kid in dodgeball, man. Be out of there.
Why not free coffee, right?
Yeah, well, hold on. Now, not just any coffee, historically great coffee. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com for that exact thing. You can have coffee flavors and even regular coffee. I know, again, we push the flavored coffee, again, because personally for myself, it's a very, it's an interesting thing.
Dylan was not a flavored coffee guy.
I wasn't. But back in the day when I used to have, tons of sugar and cream and a splash of coffee, I was all about that. But I thought it was to cover up the coffee taste. Having since gone to, gotten rid of all of that and I just drink a straight black cup of coffee. It's nice to be able to sometimes have a flavor to go to, a blueberry or, white chocolate caramel or raspberry chocolate or vanilla and nutmeg,
even
pumpkin spice. To have is really nice. It actually is the pumpkin spice one to harp on that one for a second. To be able to have a pumpkin spice without having to dump all of that pumpkin spice
nasty
crap.
Sugar and
yes, it is, and it's so good. But we harp on those all the time. American Pride Roasters has some amazing flavors that are not flavored. They're just regular cups of coffee. No, blueberries, no nothing. Just a regular cup of steamed bean, or actually seed, which is what coffee is. It's the seed. It's the seed. It's the inner.
Yeah, technically, yes.
It's the inner seeds of the berry. But anyway,
yeah, right.
Go, and he makes amazing teas and chocolate drops. Go over to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Historically great coffee. I'm telling you will not be upset or disappointed at all. I guarantee it. And if you do, for some odd reason, become disappointed, send it to me, and I'll make sure it's disposed of properly.
Mm-hmm. In his gullet.
Yes, I will ingest it with a hearty smile and a tip of a hat.
And a happy thank you.
Yes, and a very, very happy thank you. So. And
no more horning.
No. Because one can only really do that so often before it just gets painful.
That's right. Vika Slug over on the or Like Water for Slug over on the Twitters. I don't know, guys. I can drink a lot of coffee in a year.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. And American Pride Roasters coffee, I could drink even more than that.
Oh yes, sir.
I could make that the staple of my breakfast and dinner and lunch, and then just have a regular dinner. The new Weight Watchers, maybe. Anyway, guys, stay tuned. There's more on the other side. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. I was gonna I'll transition anyway. Just
It's
because.
fine. Do whatever.
I was like held up at the last minute. I was like, I'm not going to.
Whatever.
Because it's technically the break, so I'm going to leave the thing up. Because I can.
Because why not?
Because why the knots?
Oh, so what do we do next?
Uh,
What do you want to do next?
I don't know. There are so many good ones that I say so many good ones that we might do the birds.
Okay.
That's just
Let's do the birds.
let's do the you know that's Jack's favorite song. We get
really?
Yes, we get in the car. He's like, "Daddy, birds, birds," and he'll sit in the back seat and start
Nice.
like, "Oh God,
You create monsters. You know that.
I do."
Little tiny monsters
Little
that
tiny-
did become really big monsters.
It's good because he's small and cute now. Wait till he gets older.
That's what I'm saying. You create little tiny monsters that become really big monsters.
I know.
Ah.
Man, have you so real fast? Have you watched? Have you seen the cryptos,
Mm-mm.
dude?
I haven't looked at them.
It jumped like $10 in a week.
Nice.
Yes, I'm hoping it'll keep
Coming back.
doing. And it's
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
yes, we're back.
Yeah.
Go to American Pride Roasters. Yes. Go to
there, yes,
AmericanPrideRoasters.com. James, a.k.a. James, over on the Twitters. With American Pride Roasters, flavored coffees. The flavor doesn't overpower the coffee. You don't just taste the flavor. You taste the coffee with a complementary flavor. And that is the best way to describe it. I know I was kind of beating around the bush on that one. But every now and again you get tongue-tied because it is just such good coffee that how else can you say but taste it? And it's hard to do. So
That's all you can do.
that's all you can do. Welcome to the show, Defenders Live. Go to mojo50.com. They so gracious enough and insane enough to keep us on the air. Give
Yes,
them some love.
yes.
Go over there, check out everything else. They have had at least 3 or 4 shows recently added to the weekend just over the past week or so.
Yes.
So go over there, check that new lineup up. As I've said up until this point, like I said, things constantly being added and improving over there. And if you are not constantly keeping an eye on the page, if you don't have it bookmarked, you're not in the know, then you are going to miss out. Go to mojo50.com. You can also check out Mojo50 over on the iHeartRadios under the Mojo50 radio banner. For those of you on the go, when you're driving in your car, you can always have it 24-hour, 7 days a week, nonstop libertarian talk radio, where free speech is king, is law, is rule, is head, is whatever you want to, whatever the hell it is, the top thing, the biggest, it's most important.
It's the thing.
It's the most important. It's it. It's the cornerstone of what the station and the network is part of.
Wow, you really sold that one.
I know,
Same.
I did. Wow, I know. That's
Oof.
sorry. I had just had a giant mouthful of coffee, some American Pride Roasters coffee. See, I don't have the luxury necessarily of rubbing. I don't have too much to rub into your face of the things that you get to put into your mouth. However, I have one thing that you don't get to have for at least 2 weeks.
Not true.
Okay.
Not true.
Okay.
I am going to go visit Beth.
Uh-huh. You plan to hope to be able to arrange that. Did you hold on, you did see the email, BT Dubs.
Yeah, I know.
No, okay.
And I've texted.
Oh, okay, no,
I've talked
okay.
to her.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to be a jerk and text her myself. I'm going to make sure that they don't give you any coffee. That way you can suffer.
That I'm jonesing for the coffees, man.
Nope,
she knows
nope,
I'm down here.
No, Beth, I know you're listening at some point. Beth, do not give him coffee. He is in time. He is in time out.
I'm not in time.
You are in time. No, you are grounded, sir. Until you make it back to this chair, you are grounded, sir. No,
you are upset. You're just upset that
and
I had Whataburger and that you haven't had any.
Shut up. How many times have you had Whataburger?
Twice.
See, Beth, do not give him any damn coffee. I'm telling you, don't give him. He is in timeout. He's not allowed to have any. Till he comes back here, he's not allowed to have any.
That's fine. Hey, Brad.
Brad,
come and get some. I'm gonna come and get some coffee.
Brad, don't be home. Don't be home. What?
Don't be at the hotel.
I have no idea. What? Don't be touching what myself? Oh. Anyway. Sorry. Now I lost where I was at. Oh, go to our website, doaeshow.com. Again, hop in on the raffle. Like, share, comment, everything else. That way you can get entered into the raffle for the wonderful cup, the 30-ounce tumbler, custom made, one of a kind, very beautifully done. For those of you that happen to just only catch us on the radio and on the airwaves, it is a 30-ounce tumbler, solid black, with a wood grain underlay. Has our logo on
delightfully
it
wonderful.
It is beautiful. It has our logo on the one side, and then on the other side of it, it has Defenders Live with Dylan and Steven. Again, all in wood underlay. You'll get pictures of that if you go to our website, doaeshow.com. Let's see. If you want to be part of the show, you could tweet at us at DOAE Show. Use the hashtag #ArmYourselves. Follow us on all the social medias at DOAE Show. Use the hashtag #ArmYourselves. As we like to do, we like to catch up and read and see what's going on. We try to be as interactive with everything on the website and or on the socials as humanly possible. Twitters and all that as humanly possible, because in the end, if it wasn't for the listeners, we wouldn't be here.
That's for sure.
You know what I mean? So this is about you guys, and we like to be as engaged with y'all as humanly possible. So
check it out.
Get those tweets in. Yep.
Comment back and forth.
The tweets in over at DOA Show. Use hashtag #ArmYourselves.
And don't forget the MeWe's and all the rest of it, because we do watch those. Sometimes we use those as comments as well.
Yes, and if you happen to decide you want to see our ugly mugs and want to watch a video, you can catch us on Facebook's and YouTube and Periscope and all the places like that. We're up there. D-Live. Go check it out. Good stuff. Like over here on Twitters right now, like Water for Slug. Over on Twitters, if at APR Coffee wanted me to, I'd happily go door to door offering fresh brewed samples to up his supporter base. And I would too. I actually have, I kind of doing that at work. I'm slowly bringing a bunch of them into work and passing them out ever so slightly to different people to be like, here, try this and you let me know how you like it. First one's always free. No, and I'm telling you that no one sends Steven any coffee at all. He is grounded and in timeout. So no.
They were offering to overnight me coffee.
And I'm telling you no. He is in trouble. He is grounded. Nope. No. You're grounded, sir. And I will not have this is not a discussion. Do not make me say it again, or we will up it for another week. You want to keep going with this? No.
You know what I want to talk about?
Don't make me pull out my dad voice.
You know what I want to talk about?
What?
Son, I think it's time we talked about the birds and the bees.
Newsflash. I have 3 children. I kind of
no. I mean
past
the racist
that.
Birds.
They're racist birds.
Racist bird names.
Well, which is it? Are they racist birds or are they racist bird names? Because
the bird names are racist.
But the birds don't know it.
But the names are racist.
Says who? So hold on. So I just suddenly had like a whole bunch of really bad air quote racist names in my head, and I'm thinking there's no such thing as okay. So how come they're going to go after these quote racist bird names, but there's still a bird out there called the swallow?
Well,
I'm just asking if
we
can tackle quote racism, but we can't do sexist.
Sure. But
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, there was an op-ed in Washington Post, okay, by two ornithologists.
Which is just a funny word to say.
Yeah, it really is.
It makes them sound all official. Ornithologist.
Ornithologists argued that birds have names that are derived from problematic historical figures, and they should be changed.
God help me. Okay, lay it on me.
Gabriel Foley and Jordan Rudder, two ornithologists who started a website called Bird Names for Birds, maintain that many bird names that include eponymous references to such people as that are,
Racist.
racist. Allegedly. They cast long, dark shadows over our beloved birds and represent colonialism and racism and inequality.
How?
Quote, it's long overdue that we acknowledge the problems of such names.
Oh, such a problem.
And it is long overdue that we should change them. Foley and Rudder first criticized John James Audubon,
Okay.
after whom several birds were named.
Okay.
And whose monumental 19th century book, The Birds of America,
Okay.
is widely considered one of the most important ornithological works ever written.
I know. I have that book. I've read it several times cover to cover. I mean, don't talk down
Right.
to me. I am fully aware of John James Audubon.
Right.
And
Well, I
the
mean, he's for
birds
the
of America. I get it. There are people out there who don't, but don't patronize me, sir. I've got this.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Thank you. Quote, surely most of us think that this is an entirely fitting honor for someone who did so much for our understanding of environment. They wrote as a reminder to readers that the Audubon's story has a dark side.
Not a dark side, you say?
A dark side.
Oh, damn. I had... How dark are we talking?
Not really dark enough. It's more like slightly gray.
Slightly... One might say colorless, possibly.
I mean, light, dark. It's like okay, the difference between full noon and dusk. It is meh. Morning dawn?
So it's not quite dark and it's not quite light.
It's overcast? I would what you like
It's partly sunny is what we're saying. It's
partly sunny? Yeah.
I've always wondered, sidebar real fast, what is the difference between partly sunny and partly cloudy?
Literally the amount of clouds.
But what's the difference? Partly sunny, partly cloudy. So I get they're trying to imply it's more sunny than cloudy and more cloudy than sunny, but it's the
50% range.
same damn thing.
50%. No, it's 50%.
That's what I'm saying. It's still the same thing.
Once you surpass the 50% range, you go from partly cloudy to partly sunny.
And I got that. But it's still the same thing. That means there is some sun and some clouds.
Right.
Yes. God.
But it's either more sun and not a lot of clouds, or mostly clouds and not a lot of sun.
This is making my head hurt. Okay, so the dark side. The dark side of John James Audubon. Which I hear
That's
Autobots.
really not.
I don't know why I heard that.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
I thought that one too.
His name is my name too.
Autobots
Roll out. Okay. We've touched everything else now. So, racist bird names: John James Audubon, John James Jingleheimer Schmidt. Go.
Right. Pinpointing on how he once scoured the battlefield of 1836 and Battle of San Jacinto.
Jacinto.
San Jacinto. Is it Jacinto? Cutting the heads off of Mexicans to send it to a phrenologist. They wrote, quote, "For Audubon, this might have been just another way of practicing science, but his actions hardly align with modern values."
Hold on.
Yeah.
You're right. They don't align with modern values. There's kind of a reason for that. We have a thing nowadays called technology where we don't have to physically remove someone's head to examine the insides of it. We have, CAT scans. We have x-rays. We have all of these wonderful little things and technologies that allow us to use a computer to see things without removing it. In 1836, not so much.
Yeah, you kind of had to remove the head to examine the head.
Yes. And all it was doing, doesn't necessarily make the man racist. That he was specifically targeting the Mexicans that had died. They're a completely different span of people, culture, dare I say, even race. It's just a matter for understanding and what goes on inside the heads and what they look like and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, the physical manner of it.
Yes, you can't say that they did this just because he's racist.
No, you can't say it's racist specifically because what he was doing. What you can say is that it's not very appealing.
Oh yeah, no, it is. The thought of
it's not appealing.
No, because I can imagine like being the guy that goes, all right, we're going to go out and cut these dudes' heads off. Can you imagine being his assistant, has no idea what the hell's going on, and they walk out into the battlefield? Oh my God, this looks so gruesome. Look at this poor man.
Yeah. Come and cut this head off.
Give me that saw. I'm going to take his head off. And he just pulls the head up all of a sudden and hands it to him. Here, Ruprecht, take this and put it in a box and send it to our friends overseas.
Right. And technically that is what happened.
Yeah.
But also, technically, the only way that we knew anything about science and anatomy and all the rest of it was because people were doing this to dead bodies.
Yes. Now, we can argue as to whether or not that is the right thing to do, but that doesn't that's more of an ethical question and not a racial question. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it doesn't matter. It would still be an ethical question whether he did it just to Mexicans and that was it, or whether he did it to all kinds of peoples.
But is it like specifically racist at that point?
No, I don't think so. It wasn't like he went, we're only getting Mexicans because those damn dirty wetbacks have come over here and tried killing people. So we're going to...
If you had that in a quote.
Yes, or better yet, if he wasn't actually using it for science. Again, that's an ethical thing. If he was just walking through the battlefield and cutting heads off and just standing up, then we can go...
doing it to the one set of people.
Yes, then we can say he's racist. But the fact that
he did it to take the heads.
Yeah, for science. Again, ethically
Not
questionable. You might sit here and go, but nonetheless, it wasn't a blatant. It's not like he was. That just doesn't make him racist. Even if he ran and owned a plantation and was a horrible person, then we might have an argument for racist.
Sure,
but okay. This
is what I mean when I say it's kind of partly cloudy because it's not racist. It's just unethical science. That's all it is. It's unethical science.
Yeah, well, I get, but define even ethical science.
Well, at
back
that point in time, it was ethical.
I was going to say, in 1836, it was a different set of rules back then. Life was very different back then. Odds are, most of those cats that died on both sides of that battle never got buried. Live animals, wild animals came and picked their carcasses clean. Like, that happened. So, at least they were being used for something positive and not forgotten and just a meal.
Right.
Again,
yeah.
We can argue whether that's ethical or not or whether that's clean. But You can't compare the life, the morals, and the ethics. Well, not even morals. You can't compare the ethics and the view of life from then to what goes on now. It is a completely different, and I mean completely. There isn't anything similar to 1836 as there are now.
Right.
Too many differences. And you can't say, oh, well, in a modern civilized world, we'll do what. 1836, there wasn't a whole lot of civility. To be completely honest with you. I mean, it was still the Wild West, and there was still,
Still crazy.
It was, gun battles and Billy the Kid and all that good jazz. That stuff was going on.
Everything. I mean, it was...
You couldn't imagine that nowadays. Just that alone. Let's do that. That's a good one to talk about. The 1800s, 1836 and around in that area. This is time where people would do, when they felt slighted, would duel. They would take their...
that was actually how half of our politicians died back then.
Yes, they were challenged. They accepted. Somebody died. You could not convince anybody to do that nowadays.
No.
But that's just how they did it back then. Completely different standard. Mm-hmm. Things have changed.
Right.
And you can't turn around and...
You know how they've changed?
Yeah. Tell me, my friend.
This is how they've changed. Teachers bring coffins and guillotines while protesting New York schools' reopening plan.
Oh, God. Why? Because they say that if people go in around COVIDs, or allegedly being exposed to COVIDs, they're going to die?
Yeah, about 200 protesters, many of them educators, parents, and students, marched from the United Federation of Teachers headquarters to the New York City Department of Education near Foley Square.
There's a lot of Foley tonight.
Yeah, quote, "We demand safe schools."
I'm sorry. I hold on, but because I've seen a picture like this. There was a picture allegedly from somewhere in Georgia, I think.
Allegedly.
That was a picture of a high school that had been opened, and it was the hallway. And what it was some people had masks and someone didn't, and the caption basically read that this was the biggest hot spot for COVID in the world.
Which is incorrect.
And I'm like, stop it.
Yeah, just stop. Yeah. So the group lugged a DIY yellow guillotine with DOE painted on the blade and US written where the head would go.
Wait, hold on. I'm confused.
So the blade is the blade would be the Department of Education.
Oh, okay, because I was getting ready to say, wait a second.
Killing the United States.
So at least they did a DIY guillotine.
Yeah.
Or guillotine to be proper French.
French.
It's French.
It's French.
So hold on. So DIY yellow guillotine. So hold on. I want to look this up. I want to see. Let's see.
You want to see
Google.
The yellow guillotine?
Just not the yellow guillotine. I want to see. Hold on. DIY. GUILL. Okay. DIY guillotine plants on Google. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Well, son of a biscuit eater. Holy smokes.
Isn't there a bunch of them now?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How to make a guillotine. There's a cute one. It's purple. The bench is purple. It's just it's a small, teeny little thing, but it's in the grass. There's there's videos, of course, on YouTube of how to make a guillotine.
Yes, of course there is, because making a guillotine is not illegal.
No, it's not. The operation of one is. But I guess I should have known better. I didn't realize. Can you imagine who's the and I know they don't do it. I know they do houses. But Chip and is it Diane?
Joanna,
Chip and Joanna. Can you imagine? And I know they do houses, but can you imagine them doing like a DIY?
We're gonna do a French Revolution theme. The entranceway is going to be a faux guillotine.
Being that this is the weekend of the French Revolution, we figure we would bring back an oldie but goodie.
It starts off with a platform that actually looks like you're going to burn somebody at the stake.
I can see Chip going, now I know at this moment you're going to want to use particle board, but don't stray away from it. You don't want to go cheap right here because you're going to have full body weight that's limp on here. You're going to need to have that strength. So we're going to go with a simple 2x4 base with the 1x14 level, you know.
And then we're going to coat it with fire retardant
Yes.
for at least 3 layers to give it a good hour's worth of burn time.
After the first coat of shellac, you want to turn around and paint racing stripes on it because we all know that makes it move faster. Like, I just...
Oh yeah, well, see, they also carried at least
Tune in
2
next week.
boxes.
Tune in next week when we teach you how to build the rack. Okay.
Right. They also carried at least 2 boxes designed to look like coffins with black cloth draped over them and 3 handmade body bags.
A handmade body bag?
Yeah, very crafty teachers.
Oh, I was thinking handmaiden, like.
No, handmade.
Oh, yes, a handmade.
Yeah. No, the body bags were
Yes, a
handmade.
handmade.
No, they made the body bags themselves, is what I'm saying.
Oh, they made them by hand.
Yes.
That's not what I heard. I heard it was some poor handmaid is now a bag. That's what I heard.
Well, I mean, I guess technically.
So it's hand MADE, not MAID.
Right.
Okay, see the joys of radio. You have to clarify this
Gotta
stuff.
love it.
Okay, gotcha.
Quote, children cannot focus on schoolwork if their family members or teachers are in the hospital and dying.
You mean you can't? Wait a minute. Kids don't focus on homework or on schoolwork, period.
Children cannot learn if they're dead.
Well, you can't argue with that logic. If they're dead, you can't
They
learn
can't
anything.
learn.
They
That's
don't.
correct.
That's absolutely
it's
true.
Very true. It's very difficult to get a dead person to learn anything.
I'm just confused, though, as to how are they dead?
Hey, ho, ho.
Oh, God.
Bill de Blasio's got to go.
I can get behind that.
Right.
That's just weird, though. That's just weird. See, because that's the bad part about it. The reason I have a problem with it is consistency. If it is such a bad thing, if all of these groups, if COVID is so horrible and we have to maintain this, 6 feet and all of this crapola, then why, especially in one of literally the wealthiest cities in the country, why are you going to turn around and implement a situation with schools where they have to go in to physically be there? I in the county that I live in here in North Carolina, the entire county is going virtual. Nobody is going into any physical school at all, period.
Even ours, the one that we live in.
Yeah,
right
is it?
now.
Yeah, that's what I figured. A lot of them in North Carolina are going virtual. They're doing the teacher's going to be on one camera on her laptop or whatever from home. The kids are going to be on their stuff. They check in, they do a little thing for a while, and then they're done. That's how you vote. If it's really that bad, then that's what you need to do across the board. You don't sit here and go, well, we're going to open up schools, and then go in the same breath, well, you have to wear a mask, where you have to do this, you have to do that. And then and again, on the other hand, still allow protesters to walk around and destroy everything, sometimes wearing masks, sometimes not, and think that everything's okay. But then, on the other hand, forcing churches to stay closed because you can't have people around. This inconsistency is just a load of crap. And if you want people to actually agree, you want the best way, and a newsflash to all of you on the left, or all of you progressives, or all of you communists, or whatever, if you want to convince people to be on your side, then one of the key facts of doing that is staying consistent, regardless of how stupid it is. If you can stay consistent, then people will start to buy into it better. I seen a video, I know I got a little bit of time, but I seen a video where they were doing an experiment like that, where they had a bunch of actors sitting in a waiting room, and this other person legit was coming in for something else that thought it was, like a doctor's office or whatever, and they, like, at every time, every 2 minutes, the bell would ring, and everybody stood up. And after the 6th or 7th time, because everybody was doing it, the one person legitimately there stood up. No reason whatsoever, had no idea, but because of it was convinced to do it. And that's the same thing. You maintain consistency, then you can get your point across and more people will follow along.
Yep. Keeping with that, Peekapoo the Snarky Jack all over on Twitter. If I put it to you that if dead people can vote, they can also learn.
Oh, good point. Good point. I never thought about that.
Time for the bells.
Time for the bells.
Good evening, Mojo 50. I'm Leprechaun, and here with the bell count grade for the day, Wednesday, August 5th, 2020. Today we had 1 missed innuendo bell for In Your Mouth, 11 actual bells, 4 2020 canals, 1 clap, and a small trigger for not having enough hands, giving us an F for the day. Peace out, boys. Stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow.
We got an F. Like, that's the worst I've ever heard is an F.
No. The worst we've ever heard is a what the hell happened.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. We will see y'all tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. Go to the website, doashow.com. Get signed up. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Great!
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey!